All right, ladies and gentlemen, with ring introductions out of the way, we have our next contest, and it is our first title contest of the evening, as it is for the HCW Social Media Championship. Aaron Blaque looking to continue his reign here as Haybarn Championship Wrestling Social Media Champion. Chris Preston looking to add his second piece of gold to the HCW collection. And of course, who knows what number he's at when it comes to total championships. He's a veteran of the game, been collecting gold everywhere he goes. He's the longest reigning HCW World Heavyweight Champion of all time at 276 days. So Aaron Blaque has a big test in front of him, but Aaron Blaque has proved that he could come out on top, as a couple months ago, he defeated Chris Preston in his very first ever title defense of the social media title back in October. So, this time around, it's Chris Preston who probably has the chip on his shoulder, who has something to prove, as crazy as that sounds. Especially when you look at the experience of these two competitors side to side. Chris Preston being in the game as long as he has, but then you have Aaron Blaque on the opposite end who, we're working on, I believe, 2 years for Aaron Blaque now at this point. Made his debut back in May 2024. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to that two-year anniversary for Aaron Blaque, but still under 2 years. And then compared to that with Chris Preston, it sounds crazy to say that Chris Preston is the one with something to prove, with the chip on the shoulder, but that is the case we find ourselves in, as Aaron Blaque very aggressive with that lockup, and Chris Preston not taking too kindly to that by Aaron Blaque, but Aaron Blaque didn't take too kindly to that shove, as hip toss right there by the champion, and Chris Preston gonna retreat to the outside, but Aaron Blaque is not gonna let him catch a break. And Aaron Blaque now, he's got the challenger, reeling. And now he's calling for some assist. From the audience. Use his foot right there. Aaron Blaque, using the foot of another young fan out there in the audience. And now Aaron Blaque just beating Chris Preston pillar to the post, figuratively and literally in this moment. Chris Preston blocks it. It all sends Aaron Blaque face first in the apron. And now Preston getting himself back in the ring. What? Is he going to dive? Aaron Blaque, though. It looks like Chris Preston is going to go for a suicide dive. But Aaron Blaque called that enziguri. And now Blaque, roll through. Splash in the middle of the ring. Pops out of it. Normally goes for cutter. Standing moonsault. What athleticism by the champion. Just continuing to evolve his game and add new moves month to month. And that's what you got to do. Being the young champion that he is. Got to keep your opponents guessing. Got to keep them on their feet. As Chris Preston kicked out too right there. Now Aaron Blaque now trying to wear down the challenger. Gonna slow this match down a little bit. I wouldn't do that if I was Aaron Blaque. If I was Aaron Blaque, I'd keep it to what you know and what the pacing's good for you, and that's that high speed pace. Fast impact, high impact maneuvers. Fast paced and high impact. And Aaron Blaque just unloading the shots on Chris Preston in the corner. And down goes the challenger. And we got a cover here. One. Kicked out by Chris Preston. But of course, who am I to tell Aaron Blaque what strategy to have on Chris Preston right now? As like I said earlier, he does own a pinfall victory over Mr. Preston. And that's something Chris Preston cannot say about Aaron Blaque. In their one and only ever one-on-one meeting, Aaron Blaque got the victory when he hit the blackout from the second rope. just caving Chris Preston's head into the canvas back in October. So it'll definitely be interesting to see if Aaron Blaque's going to try to go back to that well. Is he going to pull out something different? And what kind of strategy is Chris Preston going to try to implement here, if he can even implement a strategy? Because Aaron Blaque, for the majority of this matchup, has been on top. As here comes Aaron. Oh, big splash in the corner. The champion just continuing to lay punishment on his challenger. Well, Chris Preston reversed the Irish whip. And maybe now Chris Preston can get a little reprieve here. And no, not to be. Got sent over the top and hangs him up. And now Chris Preston, helo over the top rope. 1, 2, kick out by Aaron Blaque. And that's something that you have to look out for when it comes to Chris Preston. Good. So I know, Chris Preston, his style of wrestling, he's more technically sound. He likes to slow the pace down. But he can deceive you in that aspect. He can fly. He can move. He's athletic. As we've seen before, where he'll go out and do a suicide dive. Or as we just saw right there, a helo over the top rope. Chris Preston, for as long as he's been in the game, has really mastered a lot, if not all, pro wrestling tactics, pro wrestling styles. Well-traveled is the challenger, as he's looking to go to his bread and butter right here. The pace that I said earlier Aaron Blaque should avoid, and that is the slow down, methodical pace that Chris Preston is very good at. Chris Preston's good at wearing you down, slowing you down, and just inflicting punishment on you while taking his time. As Aaron Blaque, trying to fight out, but he got stomped out right there with that big boot. I said he caved in Chris Preston's head a couple months ago with the second rope blackout. Well, guess what? I think Chris Preston may have returned the favor right there, and he may have caved in the face of Aaron Blaque right there. And I don't know how Aaron Blaque is fighting back right here right now. But Chris Preston putting a stop to it. Someone check Chris Preston's boot. There may be an Aaron Blaque-shaped face print permanently on it after that boot. As Chris Preston looking to continue the offense on the champion. Aaron Blaque, he's looking to try to get his third successful title defense of the Social Media Championship since winning it at our third anniversary show back in September. And beautiful tornado DDT, spiking the challenger on his head. As Aaron Blaque now crawling into the cover. 1, 2, no, kick out. Man, oh man. But Aaron Blaque, like I said before, his first successful title defense was against Chris Preston back in October. And then last month in November, at Thanksgiving Throwdown, he defeated Dante Alfredo, a former Social Media champion. And then, of course, we can't forget how Aaron Blaque won the title. Back in September, dethroning the longest-reigning champion in HCW history, Black Savage, stopping him at 490 days. Well, Aaron Blaque is on day 91. He's hoping to add 400 more and, break the record! But Chris Preston may have broken Aaron Blaque's face with that DDT on the apron. That's the hardest part of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. And now Chris Preston talking his trash to the audience here in Prescott, Arkansas. And Chris, I don't want to tell you what to do. After all, you're the veteran. You've been around this game for a very long time. But you may want to focus your attention on the champion, especially after doing what you just did right there. Planted him with a vicious DDT on the apron. As Preston again, the champion, rolled back in. Could that be it? No! Took it too much time on the outside, jaw-jacking with the audience. And that gave Aaron Blaque enough time to recoup and be able to kick out. But I guarantee you, if Chris Preston would have got Aaron Blaque back in the ring as soon as he planted him on the apron, this match would be over. We would have a new HCW social media champion, but that is not the case. Aaron Blaque is still in this. He is still the champion for the time being. But can he fight back after taking such a brutal shot by the leader of Mayhem Mafia, Chris Preston? As Preston are going off the ropes, but Aaron Blaque, spot on the pine. Spine buster right there. And now he got covered. But Chris Preston got the shoulder up. What a back and forth battle we are seeing for the social media championship. As Chris Preston retreated to the corner. But that may not be wise. As I said that, I thought we was going to get some vintage Aaron Blaque right there, but instead we got a boot to the face. And a running bulldog out the corner. Chris Preston looking to become new champion. Can we get it? No, Aaron Blaque got the shoulder up. Aaron Blaque said, not today, not at this moment. I'm going to keep fighting. Aaron Blaque showing how much being HCW social media champion means to him right now. It's going to be a battle of wills, ladies and gentlemen, to see who comes out on top. And Chris Preston. Chris Preston got that sleeper hold on Aaron Blaque. Is he going to make the champion fade? Is he going to make the champion tap out? Well, I know Aaron Blaque like I know Aaron Blaque, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't going to tap out, but he's going to have to fight out of this to avoid passing out. Because that's the only other option. If he ain't going to tap, referee's checking the arm, and Aaron Blaque may be fading. There's two. Wait a minute, no. Aaron Blaque, he's fighting up. He's trying to fight deep within to get back in this matchup. Aaron Blaque sends him off the ropes. Flying shoulder tackle. And Chris Preston rolling to the safe haven. To the outside, where Aaron Blaque cannot pin him. And now, Chris Preston making his way around the ring, trying to catch some reprieve, but Aaron Blaque, not going to give it to him. And wait a minute. What a chop right there. And the fans over there may want to be careful as Aaron Blaque sends Chris Preston face first in the announcer's table. I said the fans may want to be careful. Uncle John and Miss Sarah Sunshine may want to be careful as well. We don't know where this fight is going to spill out to, ladies and gentlemen. As Aaron Blaque now trying to catch a reprieve for himself as well. He's taking a beating throughout this matchup, but he can't let the challenger rest for too long. He's got to stay on top of it as he has Chris Preston. Draping DDT. We got cover here. Kick out at two. Chris Preston was able to get the shoulder up. And what a kick right there to the midsection. Aaron Blaque trying to take all the air out of his challenger right there with that one. And now Aaron Blaque. That dirty dog right there. I was about to say Aaron Blaque sizing Preston up, those shots right there. But Preston sized Aaron Blaque up. First with a poke to the eye, and then a vicious backbreaker by the challenger. And now crawling into cover. Two. No, Aaron Blaque is still in it. What is it going to take, folks? What is Chris Preston going to have to do to become social media champion? As Aaron Blaque now trying to fight back. And what is Aaron Blaque going to have to do to remain social media champion? Eat the feet! Eat the feet! And is that what Aaron Blaque is going to do? 1, 2, no, not today! Not today, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Blaque will not go quietly into that good night. He's going to keep fighting until he just cannot possibly fight anymore. He wants to remain social media champion. He wants to build a legacy with that title. He fought for the majority of 2025 to get the HCW social media championship. And he refuses to let it end so early. Like I said, 91 days. Whoa, flips out. Oh, caught him. Caught Chris Preston right there. Is that going to be it? We got the cover. And no, it is not over. Now Aaron Blaque sizing Chris up. Oh, flying clothesline. Another one. Down goes Chris Preston again. Aaron Blaque, he's on another one here. Sling blade. Aaron Blaque has hit another gear, ladies and gentlemen. And could this one be close to ending as Aaron Blaque is sizing up his challenger? Whoa! Aaron Blaque got to stop himself from hitting the referee. Wait a minute, Chris Preston. That is his feet on the ropes. No! No! Are you kidding me? Chris Preston is the new HCW social media champion by hook or by crook. Aaron Blaque had to stop himself from hitting the referee, and Chris Preston rolled up Aaron Blaque and then put his feet on the rope for leverage to win the HCW social media title. Wait a minute, hold on, no. Hey, watch out! Oh, Chris Preston! What the hell was that for? You already won the match. You took the man's title by cheating like the dirty dog you are, and now you're attacked. Wait, no. He's hooking him. No! Package pile driver. And here comes the clips. Thank goodness. What is happening tonight, folks? First, Joey Knight Jr., we still don't know his condition after what Draven Murrow did earlier in the night. We don't know Joey Knight Jr.'s condition. And now I'm going to have to be calling and texting for updates on Aaron Blaque throughout the night after that assault we just witnessed after the match. First, Chris Preston stole the HCW social media title, and then he dropped him on his head. What a night, folks.